Welcome back, villagers, to another episode of Hugh Trent, the Insurance Man. Thank you so much for tuning in. The question of the day: who is Vivek Ramaswamy, and why did legacy media, West propaganda hate this man so much? And then there are also influencers been pumping out videos that saying that he is part of the WEF, World Economic Forum. The Soros bought him. He is part of the deep state plan. All that I'm going to debunk today. But before I get started, I want you to see who Vivek Ramaswamy is on the day that he announced he's running for president of the United States. Tucker Carlson did a wonderful job, and I want you guys to take a look at it.
Which he joins us tonight to tell us about. Vivek, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you, Tucker.
So it does seem like Don Lemon, just a cable host, but this is a perfect illustration of where identity politics wind up when you stray from universal principles that bind us all under the same rules.
Exactly. I mean, we are in the middle of this national identity crisis, Tucker, where we have celebrated our diversity and our differences for so long that we forgot all of the ways we're really just the same as Americans, bound by a common set of ideals that set this nation into motion 250 years ago. And that's why I'm proud to say tonight that I am running for United States president to revive those ideals in this country, those basic rules of the road. Meritocracy, the idea that you get ahead in this country not on the color of your skin, but on the content of your character. The idea that you are allowed to speak freely, yes, to be wrong sometimes, as long as your neighbor gets the same courtesy in return. The idea that the people who we elect to run the government, by the way, are the people who actually run the government. Basic rules of the road. These are the things that bind us together. You and I have different shades of melon, and you know what I say? So what? That's not beautiful. That is not our strength. Our diversity is meaningless if there's nothing greater that binds us together across that diversity. And the reason that I'm running for president is to revive those ideals. And I believe deep in my bones they still exist, that most Americans still believe in them, but we need to rediscover that. And the only way we can do it is by start talking openly again.
So I'm not going to ask you any political questions because given my calls in the midterms, I don't understand American politics. So I'm not going to ask you what you do in Iowa or whatever. Other people can do that. But give us the bullet points of what you're going to tell audiences as you embark from here on this campaign.
I think we need to put merit back into America in every sphere of our lives. I mean, merit in who gets into this country. Let's start with that, okay? I think more people like my parents can be a good thing for this country. But people whose first act of entering this country as a law-breaking one, we should say a hard no to that. Not just who gets in, but also who gets ahead. Decimating affirmative action. It has been a national cancer. One of my top priorities will be to end affirmative action in every sphere of American life. And it's not just meritocracy and who gets ahead.
Ending affirmative action?
Yes.
I mean, our whole government is based on that idea.
Well, the funny thing, Tucker, is this would be an easy thing for a president to do. Lyndon Johnson issued an executive order that requires anyone who does business with the U.S. government, that covers over 20% of the U.S. workforce, to adopt race-based quota systems. Any Republican president since Lyndon Johnson could have taken a pen and crossed that out. We haven't done it yet. I think that's the kind of courage we're going to need to muster, to go after these sacred cows, from woke religion in the form of affirmative action to this new climate religion, which is completely shackling the American economy and culture. We need to take the most sacred cows of these alternative secular religions, and I'm sorry to say this, take them to the slaughterhouse, because that's what it's going to take for this national revival where we stop apologizing for what it means to be American. I'm all for putting America first, but in order to put America first, we have to first rediscover what America is. And to me, those are these basic rules of the road that set this nation into motion, from meritocracy to free speech to self-governance over aristocracy. The people who we elect, actually make them run the government rather than this cancerous federal bureaucracy. That's going to be the heart of my message. And I'll tell you this, we don't have an option anymore. Okay, we face these external threats like the rise of China, which I think has got to be our top foreign policy threat that we've got to respond to, not pointless wars somewhere else. That's going to require some sacrifice. It's going to require a declaration of independence from China, complete decoupling. And that's not going to be easy. It's going to require some inconvenience. Buying cheap stuff for that many years, you know what? We got addicted to it. That's going to require some sacrifice. But I think we can make those sacrifices if we know what we are sacrificing for. And that's what I want to see the GOP do. Answer the question of what it means to be an American today. If we give an answer to that question, we dilute this woke agenda and these secular religions to irrelevance. Yes, I've been complaining about them for the last 3 years. Yes, there's a role for identifying the problem. But if we want to deliver a solution, we're going to need to rediscover that national identity that we all share. And if we do that, I still think, honest, deep in my bones, that our best days, not in some cheesy politician kind of way, but actually, truly, I think our best days can be ahead of us. But it's going to take that revival to make it happen.
I hope you'll come back often because you are one of the great talkers we've ever had. But very quickly, you identified China as the primary concern of American foreign policy. You don't think it's the war in Eastern Europe?
Absolutely correct. And I think that, look, foreign policy is all about prioritization. Okay, we got to wake up to the fact that China is violating our sovereignty. And the reason, if that had been a Russian spy balloon, we'd have shot it down instantly and ratcheted up sanctions. Why didn't we do that for China? The answer is simple. We depend on them for our modern way of life.
Totally
okay,
right.
This economic codependent relationship has to end. And the only other priority I'd add is actually, if you're going to use the military for something, use it to decimate the cartels south of the border in a failed narco state that's now actually killing people on American soil with fentanyl. That's what a good use of a military looks like, is actually protecting American soil and American interests, not a pointless war somewhere else. And I think that the heart of this goes to reviving that national identity. What does it mean to be American? Then you know what you need to defend. And that's where our domestic policy vision and this cultural vision is inextricably linked. It's tied to our foreign policy vision, too. And that's why I'm running for president, because I think that needs to be at the top of the GOP's agenda. I think it needs to be at the top of this country's agenda, and I'm running for president to make it happen.
That is so far from the current agenda that it'll be fascinating to see you wade into this race, and we appreciate your announcing tonight here.
Thank you,
VIVEK Ramaswamy. Thank you very much.
Now that you understood a little bit of Vivek Ramaswamy, I'm going to give you guys some hard facts. So he was born on August 9, 1985 in Cincinnati, Ohio. His parents are immigrants legally, came from India, and just like every immigrant came from another country, we have a very similar mentality, family value, God, and hard work. There's no luck in the Asian culture, because hard work will get you there. No handout. Work hard and you will get far. That's implanted in a lot of the Asian community mindset ever since we were kids. So that's what happened. And just like everybody else, Vivek, after he graduated from high school, he got a scholarship, $50,000 scholarship from the Soros family. And this is where it gets a little bit sticky, because haters are going to tell you, ooh, he's a plant. He's part of the Soros family, therefore he's part of the evil empire. That's not true. Imagine you graduate from high school and you got a $50,000 grant. Would you take it? I would. Because at this time, the world does not understand how evil the Soros families are. And that's just a fact. So he took that, he went to college, and he graduated pretty damn good, by the way, from Harvard University. And just like every other hardworking individual, he got a job at, he got a job at a management company dealing with like BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard. So these are the three top dogs in the United States of America. If you don't know these three companies, chances are you probably don't look at your 401k or any investment you have, because all those investment, you will see those three main companies because they control a lot of United States. So, after working for them for a while, he understood what their agenda for the world is going to be, and he's not part of that. ESG, DEI, these two things combined together is going to wreck society. But luckily for us, Vivek is determined to do what? Expose all these organizations, because at the end of the day, they want us to be divided. So that way we can be easier to conquer. Just divide and conquer is very common, but people don't want to talk about it because they think it's division, but really the deep states are the one that's causing the division, make you hate me, me hate you, and we just argue while they do some shady stuff. Back on topic, I apologize. So after Vivek left, those asset management company, he started I think it was what you call it, a Roivant Science. I might pronounce that wrong. I apologize. I believe it was 2014, and he made a lot of money out of this biotech company. 5 of his medication was FDA approved. And if you are the type of investor that enter high and sell low, you're gonna hate Vivek Ramaswamy. A lot of bad investors brought this up and said, oh, he scammed millions of people. That's simply because they don't understand how investing works in the stock market. Once a company goes public, the IPO, it can shoot up pretty darn high, and the people that are in first, they're gonna make the most money. People enter after, you might make chump change, you might make 100,000, but not in the millions. So if you go in at a high price and they start dipping, you're gonna lose money, and that's just how biotech investing works. A lot of people don't see like that because they go with the narrative. They go, oh, he caused that person to lose money, therefore he's a bad person. That's not how investing works, you guys. So please stop. Just wake up and do your own thinking. Be a free thinker. So with that, I give you guys a pretty good summary of all the stuff that the haters been talking about, how he stole people money, how he's part of the Soros family, debunk. And what I really like about Vivek Ramaswamy is that he's a family man. And if you still are skeptical about what I'm providing to you, remember this. No lying politician dare to go on to do podcasts. Vivek Ramaswamy is the leading podcaster in the history of any person running for a position in our political system. The number one. He's the only one that dared to go to on any radio station, any broadcasting company, any news outlet, and let them pick him apart. But he's always the one that picking them apart. That is why he's hated in legacy media. So when I heard a gentleman say, oh, he's the darling of legacy media, I laughed because that's not true. When I heard that, I knew for sure that that person is a hater, spreading lies and rumors about Vivek Ramaswamy. And that's just a fact. And another thing too, liars, they don't constantly expose themselves so that way people can pick them apart. Any battle you call upon Vivek Ramaswamy, he's gonna be there. And that's a fact. Be a free thinker and don't let legacy media or BS influencers do your thinking for you. Thank you so much for watching, and if you feel you learned a thing or two, please comment and subscribe because I'm only getting started. Before I let you guys go, funny story. So on, I believe it was July 20th, 2023, Vivek Ramaswamy was the first candidate that I donate money to, Team 69. So Vivek, if you're watching this video and you see any $69 donation, that's from me and my villagers because we believe in you. We believe in family value, we believe in God, and we believe in hard work. So do not let the people down, brother. Thank you so much for watching, villagers. Until next time.